Everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker. Oh, jeez, I couldn't even sleep much in spite of just being beat. I got the discount sourdough bread. Again, pretty nice. Good. I'm gonna have a different breakfast today. Just want to try something different. I been pushing myself so much, and what can I say? I'm just nervous system overwhelmed. I'm stressed. And I gotta take it down, but my throat's been lethal for some time now. Yesterday was nice. I rode metro bikes like 5 miles, 6 miles to Chinatown, and went to the Qinghao Temple. It was very nice, relaxing. Relaxing's not the right word. It's like, just beautiful space. Lets me just, sort of just try and just sort of get back in my body after I've been in my head a while. Walked around Chinatown, had my first meal out in a while. I had a banh mi sandwich, and they closed off the street. I thought it was for the New Year. Turns out there was an anti-abortion protest. They closed it off for it. I'm like, good enough. Walk across like the street on Broadway, had a banh mi sandwich, had these 4 little sesame like balls with like yellow bean paste in them. They were great. And then a Chinese donut. Chinese donut is awesome. It's not sweet. I had sweet donuts last night. I regret it. I'm like, I didn't even enjoy them much. I didn't need them much. I could have easily gone without them. Why did I do that? So I regretted that. And it's just a waste of money. And I'm like, okay, get smarter about my high days. I don't even like calling them cheat meals. That's now it's like implying it's cheating. It's not. Like, it's not going to affect my health much. Not going to affect my weight hardly at all, because you don't gain or lose weight all in one day of eating. So I didn't even enjoy it much. If I'm going to have special meals or whatever, like actually enjoy them and just have them. So I'm gonna make it a different breakfast today. I got the sourdough bread, my ghee butter. I got some my ghee butter, mango, tuna, orange, and I'll put a little hot sauce. Oh, and this cheap, the big bottle for $3 at Ralph's. You start on the left side of the aisle or whatever direction you're looking at. One side, it's all the super expensive stuff. You keep walking down to the other side, then you find the really cheap spices. This was $3. Or you can get a little tiny bottle of the rich person's oregano for $100. I forget where I bought this. It's the only can opener I've had that has not yet like significantly malfunctioned or broken. I got my crappy toaster that does not really toast much at all. But I'm not paying for a new one. Save my money. I'm just in a state of like nervous system overload. I could not sleep much last night. I forgot I had this shirt, by the way. This is cool. I had it in my laundry bag for years. And I only wore it a few times ever. And some other shirts too. I'm like, cool, more shirts. Tapatio, Nathan Provost. Tapatio, this man knows good hot sauce. Hey, what's up, guys? I forgot to get my coffee out. But I was in a state of overwhelm. I was so stressed. I don't know how to describe it. I'm back in therapy. That's good. I was waiting for a while to get a therapist. I just went through so much. It was like my body was running me. I loved being in Chinatown. It was beautiful. Coming back, I rode the metro. I was frustrated on the metro, but I gotta send a message, complain to the metro. Their stations are horrible for saying where you're actually going. Between two other people and myself, none of us knew if we were going to Union Station or to Wilshire and Western on a train, because the sign, we were at the MacArthur, no, we were at the Wilshire and Vermont station. The sign was reading that the train to Union Station was coming, and for myself and one other person, we were trying to get. Good God, she was loud on the phone too. She said, "No, okay, all right, I have to go to Union Station." Jeez, she wasn't even like trying to scream. That's just how she talked. But saw some fun stuff on the metro and some little messed up stuff. A guy pulling out a taser and fired it at his friend. Didn't shock her, but he's like, "Oh no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to use the taser on you." It's like, some people's lives, it's just nothing better to do, and it's not even judging them. It's like literally saying like, what do you do when you don't have much going on in your life? Like that's like foolish games like that, and it not like judging. Like I did my own foolish games in a way. It wasn't like that, but it was also just a waste of time and stuff. When I was younger, and I still do foolish stuff. Those donuts last night, it was $16. I didn't even need. I had like 6 donuts. I'm like, why did I get this? It wasn't pleasurable. I didn't feel good. I could not sleep well, partly due to stress, partly all that sugar. It was awful. But yeah, just nervous system overwhelm. Yeah, I can't. It's just so painful and difficult. I have to eat some sourdough bread for breakfast. I'm having a different breakfast today. I'm going to have sourdough bread. This ghee butter is very calorie dense, has a lot of fat, so I'm only going to have 1 spoonful. Stir it up. I got this a while ago from a Bangladeshi market. I should go back there and get more turmeric. Seriously, very calorie dense. A lot of fats, so that's plenty. And I got me atún. Tuna. My Spanish is getting pretty good. Like I'm getting really good at pronouncing stuff. And I'm like, okay, my diet's got to be sustainable. I cannot just binge on Saturdays. So what should I be getting? Little stuff that's nicer, like the sourdough bread. And again, I got it from the discount rack at Ralph's because it's expensive. So the stuff that they like baked yesterday, or the container is damaged or something, but they still want to sell it. Oh yeah, I should add some other stuff to this. So, I'm doing my laundry, but I'm just overwhelmed. I started seeing a therapist. People can't control. Yeah, it was, I'm not judging. It's like, that's the thing. If you have a weapon, you have to plan you're going to use it at some point. So you got to be very, very responsible. And, like I say, he was clowning around with a friend on the metro. But it's just like young people, like that was their recreation. They were, being boisterous. It didn't really bother me. I'm like, again, not judging, because I'm like, clearly that means like you don't have much like you aspire to in life. And that doesn't make you a bad person. I didn't have much I aspired to for a while. Yeah, I wanted to be a filmmaker. Got my oregano. Can't go wrong with oregano. I put garlic powder on. What else should I put? Iodized salt. Now I'll save that for my. I will have oatmeal later. I'll save that for later. That's good. Yeah. So, so this, I think I probably wanted to heat up the tuna. It doesn't matter. Too much work. Need more tapatio soon. Um, Literally, just matter of fact, like him and it was a group of friends, and it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, nothing better to do smoking on the metro and stuff. Smoking's not the worst thing. Like, it's fine. That's why I'm not saying I'm judging. It's literally like being older. It's like having an understanding. It's like, yeah, may not have had much support or direction at home, and you know, you develop a personality and behavior after a while to adapt to whatever you've been through. And it was like, this was, I'm sure they're doing other stuff with their life. I'm not saying they're bad people. It just made me realize, like, oh, there's so much more we could be doing to ensure people have stuff to do. You know, they're supporting public schools, better streets, better infrastructure, less car centric design. I truly felt how much stress there was from cars yesterday. There was one car blocking the entrance to a little mall in Koreatown. I was walking by because this one car was not going in for some reason. I think they were trying to turn left, but there was a column of cars turning out. It was a parking garage for this mall. The cars were literally backed up all the way to the end of the block because this one car, they were all trying to go in. Like, it's a narrow street, sort of narrow. For America, it's narrow. For any other country, it's very big. Not any other country, but for like a lot of countries, older streets that are smaller. And so it was blocking the whole street. People were honking, but I think they didn't know this car couldn't get in, or they didn't want to go up. They wanted to go left, but a column of cars was coming out through the exit gate. And it's like, all this for cars, and meanwhile I'm on the sidewalk here, so all these cars take up so much space, but all us pedestrians take up so little space, but we're given so little space. We should do what they're doing in Barcelona, have super blocks where you can't drive into like certain blocks. You have to drive up to the edge of the block, and then within like 4 blocks or whatever, you can only walk around there and ride bikes. I rode Metro bike to Chinatown. There's some good bike infrastructure downtown. I had to ride through downtown LA, and some that are pants shittingly terrifying because I'm literally in a tunnel with a painted gutter for a bike lane, and there are cars going by 40 miles an hour. A car came by right behind me. I went, Jesus! And the car flew by me. Because when a car is going that fast, that close to you, you cannot tell if they're going to come right at you or if they're just going to go by you. All right. I'm going to peel my orange too, sit down, have a proper meal. But I went back to therapy and doing it online now with Zoom. To have it so close the other night to when I was going to sleep, I had it Friday night. It was horrifying. Like, I had to talk about stuff that it just, I can't talk about it. I had to get in therapy because I went through something I can't talk about. I'll talk about it someday, but it was horrifying. I'm still processing it. Uh, Things are generally fine, like externally, like nobody's dying. My mom's fine. It's nothing to do with my mom. Um, it just, I can't, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, somebody behaved very wrongly. That's all I can say. It's so horrifying to deal with. You know, people gotta behave better well around other people. I don't know how else to put it. And it's just horrifying. And, I can't, it's like my body's rejecting, not being able to process all this. All right, so I got my orange. And it was just, it gave me the worst nightmares about it to talk about it so close to going to sleep Friday night. And yesterday it was just like bam, like hitting my body, all this stuff. And it's like, I'll be okay. I'm like, with what I've learned about DPDR, I'm processing it by letting my body sort of experience it and process it. Look at that breakfast. Oh, my laundry's going in the laundry room. But oh yeah, riding my bike like 6 miles to Chinatown. I worked up an appetite then, but I didn't stuff myself in Chinatown. I had a Chinese donut. It was awesome. What was awesome about it? It was not sweet. It was just like this pastry. I'm like, there you go. Why can't I'll just enjoy that in moderation? Stuff like that. I shouldn't be stuffing myself with sweets. I did not even enjoy it today. It was absurd. Or last night. It was absurd when I got these donuts in despair. And this big old white guy was hovering over me too close and so like, well, why is this darker skinned person around me? I think they can tell I'm white. I mean, is this not good enough to, just skip a line, get to the front? Anyways, I'm like, his life sucks. Yeah, donuts for me a treat. For him, it looks like it's his daily staple. All right, so ghee butter with barely toasted sourdough bread, because our toaster is like the equivalent of I don't know, being like 105 years old and trying to compete. I don't even like saying it because um, to be 105, it's an honor. Um, I was gonna say like it's just a decrepit old toaster on its last legs. Good sourdough bread. I should have it more. And the oregano is great. I just could not sleep. I was overwhelmed last night. And so I woke up late today, late being like 5:40 in the morning. The orange, I got several oranges and apples free from the Thinhao Temple yesterday. frustrated, and my writing hasn't been as good as I want, which, no one's is. But gonna do more of it today. In some ways, it has been better than I wanted because I'm just learning a lot. But I'm dealing with this overwhelming thing I went through. Just horrifying. I'm trying to process it. And I have I need to take more time off work to be able to do the stuff I like and have personal space to deal with that and practice healthy habits. While my coffee cools down, I'm gonna wash my plate. I'm also doing my laundry, so I put my kitchen towel in there. I don't have my kitchen towel to wipe down my dishes. Not that anyone watching really cares. Yeah, last night trying to fall asleep was horrible. I could not fall asleep. At least it took a few hours. I lied down around 7:20, 7:30. I think it was close to 11. So that's when I could fall asleep, 3 hours. And it was not restful. Oh my goodness. I gotta practice more, first of all, good eating today, muscle relaxation. Go for a walk, deep breathing. Not put so much pressure on myself. I was so stressed that my writing wasn't as good as I wanted. Maybe I'll go on a leisurely bike ride this morning because I pushed my legs hard yesterday. Something leisurely and get a quality pastry, not sugary, but like that Chinese donut yesterday. That was awesome. I cannot ride back to Chinatown. It's giving me PTSD just to think about that bike ride because it was so strenuous on me. And also, I used Metro e-bikes. I was using Metro bikes because I have a $1 pass for a month, which is awesome. Shout out to Metro, even though the signage is garbage on their Metro stations. I accidentally from Chinatown went to Lincoln Cypress Station instead of heading back to Union Station. Got off at Lincoln Cypress and realized the signs everywhere just say to Union Station. I'm like, well, this one is going to Azusa, even though the last stop on the line is APC Citrus College or whatever. So well, which side of the platform should I be on? I'm pretty sure the other one, right? The trains would go the other way. But I'm like, if I were to just come here, I would have no idea which way is going to Azusa, even though really the last stop is APC Citrus, and then which one's the Union Station. In DC and Virginia and Maryland, each platform says which way they're going, which stop is the end of the line, and the signs read on, I think they read on each side. Maybe they don't. Maybe they all read, which all trains are coming. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I used the DC area Metro. But I got to send a message to Metro. We couldn't even tell when I was at MacArthur Parks, or no, Wilshire and Vermont Station. We couldn't, between me and two other people, we couldn't even tell which way the train was going. We're it's been saying this, the one coming is Union Station, but the Metro workers on the platform are saying this is going to Wilshire and Western, which is where I was trying to go. I'm well, which is it? There were on the side of the train, nothing. People were saying it said on the front of the train, Wilshire and Western, but I couldn't see that. I didn't see that. Are we on the right train or not? I have no freaking idea. Anyways. I don't want a croissant today. I'd like to have just a little snack, just a decent pastry. Maybe I won't get one today. I don't think I need one. But That Chinese donut was awesome. And again, Chinese donut, it's basically almost like its own breadstick, but it's just like, imagine sort of like a somewhat flaky donut. Oh, it's so good, especially when I was so hungry, but without the sugar, like the, frosting or anything. And those little sesame balls, those were awesome. I could get something like that today. I'll see. But yeah, gone through quite a bit lately. I just nervous system overwhelmed. My body is stressed, and I'm trying to process it. Just accept the feeling. Like, yes, this thing happened to me. I can't keep saying this thing happened to me. I was sexually harassed for 6 months. This is not by my roommate, by the way. She sexually harassed me, but this is someone else. He put me through hell. This guy. That's all I can say. It's just horrible, and I'm still processing it. And I can't even fathom it. What I went through in a way. And trying to just deal with the whole thing, get it resolved was hell. It was hell on earth. There's nothing good about, any of it. It just went through it, trying to build a better life for myself. But it was hell. For the people who just joined, I just said, I'm going back to therapy because somebody sexually harassed me for 6 months. Not my I mean, not my roommate, my my coworker here, my roommate. The girl, like, no, not her. She did sexually harass me before, but not her, and that was traumatizing. But not her. This disgusting pig guy, and it's just horrifying. And he was so manipulative and sly. I don't want to get into it because, like, why get into the lore details? It's just I need to talk to someone who actually is trained on this stuff, gets it. Because trying to tell some people, they act like it's a joke, or even my mom, she's like, "Don't think about it, Angela." I'm like, "Don't even tell me about it." So, need to talk to an actual professional. All right, but I figure instead of just having these, calling them cheats and whatever. Look how pink the sky is outside. This is nice. I'm not gonna open the door here because it's like, I don't know if it's double pane, but it's thick and it's cold out. You can sort of see the pink light, the morning sun. Even though on the phone it kind of doesn't reproduce it accurately. But I couldn't even bring myself to say this happened to me on camera for months. Um, and this sexual harassment, it stopped like last September when I finally said something and had to, like, basically slap this guy in the face with a reality check. And I won't say, what, did I say something to him? Did I not? Who did I say something to? Whatever. I'm not going to get into all that. It's not important. But it's like, how can I keep this inside me and just pretend things are okay and move on? It was just horrifying. So I'm like, this guy thought he was just absolutely irresistible. Like, Angelo must be so hot for me and so excited, and I most certainly was not. Anyway, so that's all. Just gotta process it. Gotta deal with it. Even speaking it kind of lets it the poison sort of go through me. Um, let's see. time is my laundry? I don't think it's ready yet. I just got out of the laundry room as I came up here to make breakfast. And how long I've been going? 30 minutes. Actually, it may be. My laundry may be finishing up. Yeah, it probably is about now. And the app we have for laundry isn't the best at notifications of when the laundry's done. So let me go see. There's a nice change of pace for breakfast. I'll still have my oatmeal, but I'll have it later in the day, like in 2 hours or so. But like I said, rather than bury these emotions, which I just can't help but have had to do in many ways, of what I went through, just trying to like accept them. Here we go. Check out that. Okay, it's all blown out outside the window. That view outside. It doesn't. This can't, phone doesn't reproduce the pink light of the sky, but you can kind of tell how nice it is. It doesn't nearly do it like how it actually looks, and I can't open the screen on here. Uh, Anyways, but one thing thankfully I've learned from my progressive muscle relaxation. Hey, Connell. I don't know if I've seen you here before. Welcome. From my DPDR sort of training, but oh, I should get tissues. I want to get like a nice little pastry, nothing sweet, like just to be in my body, to feel like a normal person, not like constantly on my I don't call it a diet, just my meal plan, but also I have to like force myself to eat, and then I just binged these donuts last night just to have like a sustainable diet, like a little pastry, but nothing sweet. Just like something a little quality. I felt so guilty too about spending money yesterday. I'm like, I shouldn't feel this guilty. Like I've been saving a lot of money. Somehow randomly showed up live on my page. Connell, cool. So here's the deal. My name's Angelo. I'm a Hollywood filmmaker. I work in Hollywood, and I'm a filmmaker and YouTuber. I was homeless for a couple of years. That's a big part of my identity. I'm all about mass transit, public transportation, safe streets, getting walkable streets, livable cities where you can walk around, people being respectful, being good to each other, tolerance, progressive values, racial equality, racial justice, social justice, all that stuff, housing justice, worker rights. And somebody sexually harassed me for 6 months, and it was hell, and I'm still processing it all. And I've started going to therapy again for a long time. It was horrifying to sort of release that stuff, and like it's sort of attacking me in different ways. But because I had depersonalization, derealization disorder so long, I know ways of processing emotions much more healthily now, which is to basically accept them, feel them, process them, and let them discharge from me, rather than the old way I used to do them, block them out, fight them off, and it's just horrifying. I got to take some of my vacation time at work. I need to be like, have my healthy spaces to be around. I have lots of vacation time that I haven't used for a while because I mean, I guess I could use it whenever I want, but I never really wanted to. I felt, this responsibility to be at work. I'm kind of the only person who knows how to do my job. They're not the only person, but for a long time I sort of was, or I was the main person responsible at my department. I'm going to do a little abbreviated workout, even though I've worked out pretty hard this week. Like I got to let my body recover. I just a light like movement. So I got my resistance bands from Bob and Brad. Oh yeah, and my laundry downstairs. Oh, I should get to that because that is probably excuse me, finished, and put it. And I'm using both washing machines, so I need to put them in the dryers, so if other people want to use them, they can use the washers. Sounds like a lot. Oh man, I can't even bring myself to talk about it. In a way, it was hard to even talk to a therapist. But yeah, it's a lot. But I'm doing all right. I don't want to sound too down. All right, let's see. Yep, laundry's done, so. Okay, I had to go off Wi-Fi since I'm away from my apartment. Talking about it basically releases sort of the, blocks I had on what I'm experiencing so that I can sort of process it in my body. Because it's like, it's like the cognitive dissonance of what I went through. Like, did I really go through that? Did this creep really put me through that? Or was it all a misunderstanding? Or is he not really this person that he acts like he's not? And in private, he's not really this reptilian, slimy, lecherous, disgusting snake. And it's like, no, he really is. And he puts out totally different thing, but yeah. So anyways. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a lot, but there's something beautiful in being able to process it and get through it. I won't talk about where it was. I don't want to get into who it could have been, all that. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. Maybe it does, but it's not something I can just talk about right now. I don't want to. People can sexually harass you anywhere, unfortunately. Let's see. If I put too much in the dryer, it's not going to dry well. So I have another load of laundry here, my bed sheets and my jeans. Let's see, first I'll put it in this dryer. Let's see. So we can take the lint out. And there's a lot surrounding what I went through where it's like, yeah, this is like unreal. It was like an upside down world I was in where I'm this guy's like, I realized like sexual harassment, it's not about his interest in sex with me. It was his interest in controlling me and dominating me and the implications of that. Let's see, I'm not sure how much I can load in here, because I know these bed sheets are not going to dry easily, no matter what. I know I'm switching topics so quick, but that's life with this thing. It's like, yeah, I have to act normal. And also it helps to sort of be activated to trigger feelings of safety. You dry your jeans. That's not a bad idea. My roommate, my alcoholic roommate, I say that because he tells me, he's like, bro, Angelo, I'm an alcoholic. He would do that, hang his clothes on the balcony. But that's going to take like a long time. Yeah, I don't know if it'll dry in 24 hours. Let's see. I'm not sure it matters much either. One in here. I pissed these yesterday coming home from the donut store. That should be a lesson, not to get donuts. I couldn't hold it. I almost held it all the way, and then I pissed my pants. Okay, I gotta stop the live stream for a moment I just gotta pause the live stream so I can activate the dryers. Just accept what I'm going through. Some guy is just sitting outside the front door. So now I'll do a little stretching, just a light upper body workout. I'm not gonna try and do my legs, except a little walking this morning because like I said, I rode 6 miles largely uphill. That's what it felt like to Chinatown, and it was a good, invigorating, good bike ride, but I need to let my legs rest. But yeah, even now, thinking about what I went through with this harassment I went through, it's just like my body's feels like a lava lamp, pushing around stuff, moving stuff, rearranging things to process what I've been through. And that's the breaks. Them's the breaks, but plan on doing well. And I figure to sexually harass me, that was a weird noise. To sexually harass me, as this guy did, his life must be awful. Like, he thinks it's great. I can tell he thinks it's great. He dresses like he's very, very focused on his appearance. I'm going to take my supplements. Extremely focused on his appearance. And he's harboring this secret, which is he has this compulsion to dominate another man. But he can't do it through just sheer, I don't want to say, but he does it through, because he could sense there was something in me that was deeply uncomfortable with already the way he was treating me. And I think if someone's not uncomfortable, he moves on. Like, if he senses they're not uncomfortable, they're not detecting anything weird, he moves on. But he could sense in me, I sort of froze up a little bit. I was weird with how much attention he was giving me. He realized, oh, that was thrilling for him. And I could see, like, in my head practically, how much of a boner it gave him, how sexually charged and thrilled he was at making me uncomfortable with his disgusting leers and attention to me and all that. And I'm like, I realized this guy must be acting out of so much anger at someone else who did this to him when he was younger or something. And he's acting, because he acts like a little child when he's doing it too. Like, hey, Angelo. And I'm like, yes. Hey, I don't want to act it out. I'm sorry. It's gross. It's just, I don't want to say the scenarios and stuff, what he did. It was just so disgusting. He would act like a little child flirting with me. But I realized, even if I had wanted to, I could never have given consent, because from the outset, it was never anything about mutual reciprocity or talking or getting to know me or interest. It was just pure, like, I'm absolutely irresistible and captivating, and Angelo, you're gonna want it. And his life must be hell to want to act on some level, to want to act that out on someone else. And just so weird, all the dynamics of it. The fact that, like, okay, you see me, I'm clearly bigger than you. I'm older, obviously. Why would this guy be acting out this sick stuff on me? I'm guessing some old, and also we look sort of similar, like we could be in the same family. I'm guessing some older guy and his family messed him up, did this to him, and this is his way of constantly trying to control that feeling and master it and dominate what he went through, which is acted out on another older guy, and think like, oh, Angelo, this is going to be our little secret. Because I know he could not admit to himself what he was doing. So it was like, he was sort of kept putting out there like how I should be interested in him. So it's like I would make that move. That's similar to what that creepy old Baptist pastor I lived with did. That lecherous old pig that I lived with for a little while. It was like he could never admit anything like he was interested in me. He just kept really ramming it into me. How, like, the idea of, pardon the imagery, but like suggesting to me how I should be into him. I would have done something, no way I'm letting that slide. Connell, you would have been completely justified. It's just that with me, this guy knew, like, I've been through messed up stuff, and like I froze up like each time. Like, I know what he's doing. It was so creepy. And he was just thrilled. He had the biggest lecherous grin, like he wanted to eat me like I'm a juicy steak. Holy crap, my ears. I got to stop clenching my teeth so much. It's like I got a little tinnitus right now. It's going to go away in a moment. But it doesn't help when I'm not hearing loud noises. I'm clenching my, except the freaking traffic on the road. We need streets for people, not cars. That's the thing. If he had sensed that I'm comfortable just saying, hey, like whatever you're doing is too weird. No, he knew that he's setting a boundary where it's like, oh, he's not explicitly telling me anything sexual. So it's like, Angelo, if you say anything, oh, you're going to be naughty and I have to punish you. I know that's what the subtext is. Same with that creepy old Baptist pastor, too. That way, if I ever objected, if I said, hey, you're creeping me out, stop trying to flirt with me or what, it's not even flirting, it's sexual harassment. It's gross, like, don't act like this with me. It would have given the perfect pretext to be angry with me and say, like, oh, I never did that. Like, you're just acting out. But if I did say, like, what he wanted, which is, oh, I'm interested, let's talk about this more later. I know, even then, it's a sick game because he never explicitly said anything sexual. So it would have been like, oh, Ansel, you're being naughty. That's so bad. I have to punish you for that. Think about the implications of that domination, you know, abuse. And it would be a way for him to deny whatever this compulsion is in him that makes him want to act it out on me. And think about it, to want to do that to someone, you must have such anger in you too at who you are. And I don't know if that means he's in orientation or not. It means he's acting at, you could be whatever, you know, sexual orientation and still act out on somebody that for whatever reason you're acting out this compulsion on. So he's a sick person. Fitness Frank, what's up? Gotta stop eating donuts Saturday night. Don't lose my little, not that you're gonna lose muscle, but gain fat. Record and report, that's the thing. He was such a slimy little eel. He even kind of looks like one. There's not much to, what can you, it's hard to describe without, without like having to explain the scenarios, and I don't really want to right now. But let me say this: he had good reason to want to keep it secret and not make anything clear and leave. Just put like these boundaries on like bumpers on a bowling lane. You know, when you're like a kid or something, you bowl, they can put the bumpers up, or an adult too. And it's like making it very clear for me that like when he was encountering me, uh, communicating very strongly, Angelo, the only acceptable answer to what I'm saying to you, and my your response can be to me is, you want sex with me. That's it. Like, the bumpers push everything else out. It's like, I'm not here to talk to you, Angelo, about like just simple, like respectful things, ask you about how you're doing, whatever. It's all like, give it to me. And like that, to the point where I'm like, I couldn't be more disinterested, like 0% interest, and yet more having a clear picture of what like he's putting in me that I'm supposed to want, which is, yeah, tell him like, hey man, I'd love to, like, I'm available for you sometime. I want to be with you. And he knew to make sure that's how it worked out, that it was secret, and there was not really, that's the thing, he's slimy, and I'm like, that's why this guy must, to have worked this out, fairly young guy at this point in his life, and to work out this sick maladaptive way of dealing with whatever, I think some family member of his must have abused him, for him to do this, act this childlike way with a guy like me who's clearly older than him, like visibly older. I don't know how old he is, 26, 28, 30, 25, whatever, I don't know. A guy who clearly, like, very carefully sculpts his appearance. He, like, he wants to dominate. He wants to be in total control. Whereas me, look at me. I'm like, got oversized jeans. My hair, I haven't gotten cut in a while. physically, yes, I am in perfect shape, but yeah. But like, and I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with like wanting to control how you look. In a way, I'd like to be like that too. It's kind of expensive. Get your clothes fit right and haircut regularly and all that. I was getting my hair cut regularly. I did value, having my hair kind of look right. And I'm like, I just want to save money. It's like $50 every time I go to a good salon. So, I got to cancel my Netflix subscription too. I'm not even spending money on that. So, anyways, yeah, I just finally, this group, I'm going to floss. So, I'm just going to be off camera. You can check out my posters on the wall. Because, yeah, flossing is gross, but it's really good for you. You got to do it. Let me get this out of the way. That's not out of the way. I'm not as enamored with this poster as I thought I would be. The old standby person in a rainy alley in, I don't know what country this would even be. I guess Japan. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. I like it, but I thought I would like the rainy alley thing more, and not so into it. I don't know. Here, I'll get a light on here. Wow, that's really bright. Let me put on a different light. There you go. See, that's the thing. There was not much to record except, oh man, this guy is such like for him to have developed this system of dealing with this sick compulsion in him. Or think about it. If he was into someone, like he could just it would never go anywhere with me. But if he was into someone, just talk to him with respect. Just see what they're like as a person, and see if you all start talking more and get more interested in each other. That would be how you go. There was never any chance for me, even if I had been, it would have to be some other guy, not me, but even if I had been interested in him, there was no chance of ever reciprocating because it was all about the thrill of him being able to dominate me. Anyways, I got floss. So meditate on that. Meditate on something better. Meditate on the fact that I'm in therapy now. Exercising right, got a good life going for myself, and I'm just going to process this and get through it. And I got my writing, and this guy's going to be living in hell for a while. Because think about how that Baptist pastor, he was living that double life, how lonely he must have been. He was 89 when he asked to get in the shower with me and all this creepy stuff. He did other creepy stuff with me too. I joked about for a while, but in reality, it was traumatizing. And to make it to 89 and harbor that secret, for one thing, he was good at it. Second of all, he did it to me. He didn't do it to the other guys I lived with. He could sense something in me to pick on that would freeze up and be nervous. Like I couldn't bring myself to talk to him about it because I knew he'd be furious. And he was my landlord. But I knew he'd be furious about it because it's like, well, he never introduced anything sexual. He was just kidding when he said he wanted to get in the shower with me. He asked me if he could get in the shower with me. I yelled no. And he said, I'm just kidding. I'm like, and so he's living this disturbed, deranged double life where he can't even admit to himself what this part of him is. But I realized with him, it's not even a sexual orientation that he's hiding. It's the fact that he wants to abuse. He wants to have power over me or someone else. And to get to 89 and do that, and as a pastor, and he was deeply homophobic too, so I'm like, that clashes with what he's doing, even though I don't think what he was doing that was wrong was not, it didn't have, it was not because of what he did wrong was not being of a sexual orientation. I don't necessarily know what he was or wasn't. It was the abuse, because you can abuse and be oriented whichever way. I got a floss now. Okay. And I'm like, to make it to 89 and do that, this guy had a sick, dark compulsion where somebody else probably abused him. I'm sure of it. And same with this guy. I'm like, this guy, whatever age he is, 25, 28, 30, like, it's like, how does a guy like that make it to, so long in life? I don't want to say far in life. People like, wherever you are. You're not making it far. That's not success to me. But make it to 89 and not be detected. It's by doing the stuff, developing the strategies that this creep did with me when he was young. Anyways, all right, I gotta floss. Got to floss. Godzilla needs his floss. I'm flossing. I really like this Godzilla shirt. I haven't worn this in years. I forgot I had it. I forgot I had it. Olvidé que lo tenía. I want more art on my walls. Yeah, I'm just not enamored with that poster of the alley. I don't know what it is. That was hard to pick out, but something about it, I don't know. It's just like unrefined. It's not bad. It's just not me. Where's that frog and his son? That's that frog over there in the corner. That one I like. That's got personality. But yeah, I want to get a little exercise in. Don't want to overwork myself. I've been working out 7 or 6 days this week now. It legitimately is important to give the body rest, but I just want to give a little light stimulation to the upper body. But anyways, I just got to think this guy, just like that pastor I knew had to be so lonely, and he kind of deserved it, even though like I'm sure he grew up in a lot of problems or whatever caused him to be the way he was. But he to be 89 and to live that double life, to have that secret of secretly, sexually harassing younger men must and hiding, that's separate from whatever if he had this orientation towards men or not. That's different from the abuse. Like you're perfectly capable of not being abusive, mean any orientation, or being abusive and being any orientation. So there were multiple issues going on with that pastor. But having that double life and not being able to be open about whoever he is, and that's separate from the abuse that pastor was putting me through, I'm like, that must be such a pathetic, lowly life. And that's what this guy who was harassing me must still be contending with, because he's just a pathetic lowlife who thinks the way to deal with his problems is to visit them upon others and take them out on others. Think about, like, what's it take for a person to get to that point where they think it's okay to do it? And I'm like, dude, I'm a grown adult. Like, I could, like, just, do any number of things to stop you, to get away. But yet his thought was, ooh, Angelo's this juicy opportunity. All right, I'm just gonna do some light, rows, really light, like just a little stimulation. Not even for the muscles, just to feel good. Little bicep curls. I'm not trying to push too hard because tomorrow I'll go into a harder workout. Like, that's just super light, like literally just stimulate the muscles. Not trying to work them very hard. Get my body into it, get the form good. Not trying to go to failure or anything. Get a little break. Oh, I'm all bloated. Farty. I'll leave that light on. Give a little accent light. And focus on good form, so I'm really working the biceps and not just throwing these around, More rows. And keeping it very light. Just want a little stimulation, that's all. And again, I've been working out hard 7 days this week. Yesterday, I did a good amount of push-ups, like 100 some, which is really not a lot for me now that I weigh only like 140 pounds or so. And I've been working out for a while. But I think I can afford to have a day off from a lot of upper body. I might do some more push-ups today. I will do some little, whatever you call these. I wish I knew the names of all the stuff. I could. Just don't bother. What do you call these? Uplifts, forward lifts. I could do it like this for the triceps, or whole upper shoulders and all that, and triceps. I kind of like doing this more. Getting real light, it's just stimulating the muscle a little bit. Do more tricep focused. This is not a hard, heavy workout at all. A little break from that. A little more biceps because I did lots of tricep workouts yesterday. I did a bunch of chair dips, a bunch of push-ups. Going real slow to really stimulate the muscle. Oh, I forgot to drink my lemon juice and apple cider vinegar drink this morning. That's good. I'm not trying to do a lot with that. So I'll make my apple cider vinegar drink, but I'm gonna get going, everyone. I'm gonna be all right. I am all right. Being all right sometimes means going through pain as well, but I appreciate the support, everyone. I got to stretch too. I didn't stretch today. It's important to stretch even in off days, at least for me, I believe. I'm not working out a lot. So I'm Angelo, official mascot of the Godzilla films. Hollywood filmmaker, guy going through, my recovery from this stuff, recovering hobo. Gonna do some writing today, a lot of writing. And I'm gonna start planning my vacation time because I need vacation. For my job, I need time to just do the things that I like, even though I like doing my job. I gotta have time to just whatever. It was so awesome just being out in the sun yesterday. I bought a hat. I wish I didn't. I didn't need it. But it's a good hat in case I'm ever like in the sun a lot. Kind of my, sort of like Lawrence of Arabia hat. Like my desert cap. Sort of, I'll call it that. Bought it from a street vendor or a guy selling stuff on a market in Chinatown on Broadway Street for $6. Not a bad purchase, but I have my office hours hat. However, I need something that straps under the chin. That's what bothers me. That I didn't realize, oh, it ties up in the back to be tight, but it doesn't strap under the chin to really stay on you. I'm like, damn it, that's what I wanted because the wind will blow that off too. The wind will definitely blow this one off. I cannot wear this. If it's windy. Anyways, everyone, wear sunblock too, everybody. Protect your health. You can get it was just such a good feeling, good mood to be out in the sun, enjoying myself, seeing people out. The street was closed off, even if it was for those anti-abortion nuts. Anyways, everybody, thanks for watching. Stretch, floss, eat well. I gotta go. Bye.